Dads over 40, listen up. You don't have to feel the way you feel. You don't have to look the way you look. You don't have to walk around knowing you're not at your best. And worse yet, you don't have to carry the guilt when you look at your children and you feel embarrassed because you know you're not showing up the way you want to, the way they need you. I am a dad more than anything else. I'm a dad. I actually walked away from my career as a professional fight coach, weight management coach, the 4-time World MMA Trainer of the Year, the creator of UFC FIT, the most sought after coach in all of professional sports, right? Think about that. I walked away from all of that so I could be a dad. Crazy. But it's not. And stick with me here for a minute. I was at the peak of my fame, the peak of my earning ability. I had finally built a brand, built a name inside this very competitive, cutthroat world of professional fighting. And I stood out among a very competitive group. I was the go-to guy, 2-time guest on Joe Rogan, 4-time World MMA Trainer of the Year, Martial Arts Hall of Fame, cover of Men's Fitness and other magazines. And at the very peak of that, I walked away because my wife was pregnant with our first child. And I knew I could not be a great father and a great coach at the same time. And I struggled with that. Like you're probably struggling right now. I struggled with my own perception of who I was, my own self-worth. And I made up a bunch of lies in the early days of, hey, I have to keep doing this because I have to provide for my family. And what I was really doing was I was building a monument to my own ego. I was putting my sense of self before my sense of duty to my family. And I believe being a father is the most important role any man will have. I do believe you will not fully actualize your highest self until you become a father. And it is very polarizing to say such a thing. And I don't discredit men who would love to be fathers, but due to maybe health issues or other external conditions outside their influence, they simply cannot be. And I understand that. And that's not any discredit. But I will say, and I think you all agree, once you have children relying and depending on you, everything changes. And for me, I struggled with the decision, although in my gut I knew the right decision was, I could not be a fully actualized father while also being a world-class fight coach. I was on the road 250 days per year in the 3 years prior to my first daughter being born. And I could only get busier. Right? Now think about that, 250 days. That's more than 3/4 of the year gone. That's more than 3 weeks a month gone. How do I raise children, let alone daughters at that point? And I decided to wind down that phase of my business, but I did not go out of business. And I did not step back from my ability to earn income and provide for my family and create long-term stability for my family. And that's what a lot of dads struggle with. And I coach a lot of dads. I coach a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of men who are stuck in that same tension of opposites, where they've worked so hard to build a business, build a career, gain some sort of stature inside their industry. They're making good money. They want to make more money and provide a better lifestyle for their family, while at the same time, they're less available to their family. They're not as present with their family. They can't attend the games and the recitals, the rehearsals, the practices, the dinners, the lunches, the brunches, the breakfasts, the birthdays. They can't do all the things. And there's a little bit, you don't have to do every one, but you have to do your best to do as many as you can. But it doesn't mean you have to neglect your family in order to create an income. And there's ways. I host a Wednesday night, I host a men's group called the Inner Circle every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is what we talk about. We go down deep into the weeds of adultery and bankruptcy and familial hyperlipidemia, cardiovascular disease, imposter syndrome, robbing Peter to pay Paul, living paycheck to paycheck, like being, stuck in relationships that are not good for anyone, having, being in an amazing relationship, but losing your health, your fitness, your finances, helping men of all ages and stages of life navigate a lot of the complexity that comes with being a man in this modern world. So I'll drop a link below this video. If anyone's interested in joining that Wednesday night group, you can just sign up and hop on in. That would be great. But I want to speak briefly now about men who lose their health, they lose their vigor. Like, let's say you are crushing it at work and work's going really well and you are an amazing father and you're an amazing husband and like home life is going well. And I work with a lot of these men also. Entrepreneurs, business owners, C-suite executives, solopreneurs, guys that are pushing hard and doing it all, but you can't do everything. And what happens? Their health slides. Your health slides, right? All of a sudden you're 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds heavier than just a year or two ago. All of a sudden you're buying bigger pants and bigger shirts and bigger suits. Oof. You look in the mirror and all of a sudden you see this belly that was never there. All of a sudden your pecs are now softer, right? The vein in the bicep is slowly faded away. You get up out of a chair and you creak and you snap and you're like, what the hell happened to me? What happened the last 1, 2, 3 years? What happened to me? And well, I was building a business. I was making money. We've done good. I've earned. Got to put my kids through school. And I was running around, carpooling, taking Jimmy and Janie everywhere they needed to go. And I was there for my wife and we have our date night. We were getting it all done, but not all of it. And I simply want to underline this point for you, men. You can have it all. You can have the amazing family life. You can have the amazing financial legacy. You can also have the ripped, shredded, healthy physique, because how we do one thing is how we do everything. And oftentimes, simply what's missing is a system. You don't have the right system to follow. You don't understand comprehensive blood work. You're not getting it done. You're scared to even get it done because you don't know how to read it, and your doctor's an asshole. Right? Your doctor gives you barely 6 minutes. He never looks up at you, or she never looks up at you. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're doing fine. You're a little high. Take these pills. See you in 6 months, out the door. And you're like, okay. I hate that. I hate that. I know it, and I hate that. Right? So having a system, not just a protocol in place to follow. When you wake up, you do this, you eat this, right? Your workouts are like this, but also having a support system built in. That's a part of it. Having someone that is there, that cares, that you can call, text, ask a question. Hey man, what's going on? I got this question. I'm traveling tomorrow. Grocery got messed up. My kid just, my kid's team, they just won the tournament. I got to be 2 states away next weekend. What do I do? It's going to blow the momentum. What am I going to do here? Right? Or your doctor comes back and is like, hey man, your calc score is you're a 10. Like, we want to get you on a statin. We want to get you on a PCSK9 inhibitor. We want to get in and do a little, intra scoping work. It's like, what are you talking about? That's terrifying. It's not. This is what I do. So when I walked away from working with the world's elite athletes, I actually focused my attention to hardworking men and women, adults, primarily between the ages of 35 and 55. Though I work with people a little younger, and I absolutely work with people a little older, but 35 to 55 is the ideal demographic that I work with. I'm 49. I'm 5 months away from being 50 years old, right? Jacked and stacked at 50. That is the goal here. So I know I'm not so far away from 35 and I'm not so far from 55. I am in this exact messy middle, as I like to call it, the messy middle phase of life. I'm exactly here right now. I have walked this walk with hundreds of private clients, tens of thousands of remote clients through our system. I have so much data, so much information. I know what you need to do to get to where you want to be. And I want to offer this. So if you are interested in taking your life to the next level, taking your health to the next level, getting your fitness aligned with your finances and your family, or maybe there isn't a disbalance. You're out of balance. Your family life, your fitness, your finance, maybe none of them are doing well and you want them all to do well. Maybe one is out of whack. You want them all to do whack. Well, that's where my private coaching really comes in. So you're here, you know me, you feel my energy, you understand my authenticity, my transparency, my honesty, like all the imperfections and all the scabs I present to you in all honesty, right? I'm a little rough around the edges a little bit. I drop the curse words here and there. I don't really try to. They just come out, right? I'm gym guy, grew up with athletes and fighters my whole career. But more importantly than that, I am here to help dads. I'm here to help men. Women, yes, I work with about 30% women, 70% men, 30% women. So it's not, when I speak men, I'm speaking primarily to men because I'm a man. I speak like a man. I'm talking to men, and I'm really passionate about helping men become their best self, become your best self. So if you are looking to engage, you have some questions, you want to have a deeper conversation, I'll drop another link below. It's a simple 10-minute phone call. No obligation, no cost. Be respectful of my time. That's the one thing I ask. Just be respectful of my time. If you're going to hop on the call, I want you to be really concise of, man, like, I need help, Dolce, and here's the areas I'm looking for improvement in. I will tell you everything I can on that call. I'll give you as much valuable takeaways and give you a high five and send you on your way. Or we can discuss the possibility of me working with you side by side, being in your corner and helping you build that ideal system, the ideal protocol, the ideal lifestyle. And I become your very experienced support system as another dad, as another man, to get you where you need to be. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for the time. When I started this video, I didn't know I was going to end it like this. I was going to speak more on some, basic, top 3 ways to improve, but I'm not really I'm not a gimmicky guy. I'm not a top 3 ways and get into the algorithm and a cool little thumbnail. My thumbnail's probably going to suck, to be honest with you. It's probably going to be terrible, but I know the right people who know me, who come and watch these videos, you're going to hear this. Right? And you're the one I want to work with. I want to work with people who know me, who are comfortable with me, who trust me, who know my experience, my background, hopefully some of my own life story, to which I'm very open and transparent. And the level of success that I have. Show me one thing I have done professionally that was not world class, that was not incredibly successful, right? I mean, my athletes have won 77 professional world titles. That puts me in a very, very rare category of all coaches of all time. And I walked away from that in 2017, almost a decade ago. And for the last 8 years, almost 9 years, I am 100% been all in on my VIP private coaching, which is working one-on-one with guys just like you. So if you're interested in that, click that link below, book that one-on-one call. Or if you want more of the group setting, click on for the Inner Circle Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. That is a little more, it's group, it's a little larger. Either way, they're both there for you. I appreciate you. And until next time, don't count calories. Make calories count. Bicep of Truth. Remember him? He's back.